that Turkey Jam was one of the best concerts I'd ever been to. I almost didn't get a ticket. Luckily, Nuno put out a second show, and that is the show that I went to. Show number 2. All right. And show number 2 chronologically happened before show number 1. Show number 1 is the first show, the one that he usually does. It's usually a day or two after Thanksgiving, and he puts out the tickets on his social media so you can go and get them. And they sold out so fast this year that I didn't even see his initial post until that same night, and they were already completely sold out. And a bunch of people in the comments of his social media that he posted it on, were bummed that they couldn't get a ticket. And like, I think a lot of them were friends from Hudson, Mass that just missed out, and it's something they do every year. So Nuno booked a second show, which he did the day before Thanksgiving, which is why show number 2 actually happened before show number 1. Just trying to straighten out whatever confusion. It's probably still going to be confusing. But, so anyway, I was only at show number 2, which was the first show to happen, but the second show to be booked and sold. And I was lucky enough that I caught him on social media and grabbed that link and got a ticket before they were completely sold out of the second show. So anyway, it was awesome. For one thing, it was like about 50 degrees this year instead of like 22 degrees like it's been in the last previous years. So I got there around 6:30 or so, and there was still a line. I thought doors were at 6, but I guess they were later. It seemed to be around 6:40, 6:45 the line started moving inside. So that really wasn't bad at all. I wasn't cold. I just hung out in line, and we got right in. And so when you get in there, you go upstairs, and there's a bar in the back, and then there's some buffet tables and some food set up there. Anyway, I bypassed the food, I bypassed the bar. I went straight up to get the best spot that I could, right? And I got a fairly decent spot. By 7 o'clock, I was standing there. Show on the ticket, it said it was supposed to start at 7:30. So by 7:30, everybody's looking around, and usually everybody's looking through the little door in the back to see if Nuno was walking back and forth, talking to his family members and stuff like that. And nobody saw Nuno, so, we kept waiting. 8 o'clock comes around, still no sign. By 8:30, people are like, okay, Nuno's not here. Is this show even going to happen? I jokingly said to the people around me, maybe he forgot he booked the second show. And they're like, oh, dude, don't joke about that. Around 9, Nuno finally shows up. He had someone grab a guitar off the stage so he could warm up. And around 9-ish or so is he finally came out onto the stage, and they got right into Kickstart My Heart. Like, it was cool. I thought he was still kind of just, getting a tone on his amp, but nah, he was doing the, I don't have a whammy bar here, but intro, motorcycle sounding intro to Kickstart My Heart. And the set list was one of the best set lists for any Turkey Jam that I've been to or have seen online. Usually, especially at Turkey Jam, he plays such a wide variety of music, for all the different members of the family. They want to sing a song, and he likes a wide variety of music himself, so they have the craziest set lists. And this one, a lot of times, especially filming these 3-hour concerts with my phone up in the air, and your arms get tired. A lot of times, if there's kind of a song that I'm not really into, I'll shut the camera off or just put it down so I can rest a bit. And that only really happened once, and that was he was playing drums on that Moody Blues song, and I wasn't really into it. I didn't recognize it, and the audience didn't seem that into it either. And he was just playing drums, so there was no like crazy guitar that I was trying to capture. Because really, these videos started as me just trying to watch the fingers. Just trying to watch the fingers of my favorite guitar players and, figure out, steal their secrets, right? And also, I film these shows because I've been to so many shows, and now we all have these cameras in our pockets, and of all these shows that I've been to, I mean, there's some that I can't remember. I was digging through my ticket stub, souvenir folder, just a while back, just seeing what I had, and I came across a ticket stub and an autographed guitar pick from Joe Bonamassa, and I didn't even remember ever seeing Joe Bonamassa. But after I found that, the memories started to creep back into my head. I was probably maybe 16 or 17 years old. It was at the Iron Horse Music Hall in Northampton, Mass. And I don't remember much of the show, but I do remember it was back when he was still playing those aluminum Telecasters. That was a while ago. And I apparently met him and got his autograph, and I guess I had a great time. I wish I could remember it. But anyway, that's why I film concerts now, because I want to remember them, man. I remember, I think 2007, I went to go see Marilyn Manson in Worcester. At one point during the song Beautiful People, he came down off the stage and sang, lines to different people throughout the front row in the audience, and he came over to me and my girlfriend at the time and sang a line to her and gave me this super weird look that I will never, ever, ever forget. And, I did, I've searched YouTube up and down for any video of this show, and I did stumble upon this one clip filmed on a Wicked Potato, and it's actually during that song where he was down off the stage singing to the audience members, and the video stops like right before he got towards the center of the stage, which is where I was. So it's kind of cool because it leads right up to it, but that's all I got. That's all I got from video for that show. So anyway, that's why I end up filming this stuff and putting it on YouTube. It's both for my own personal study of my favorite guitar players, to see how they play what they play, or how they decided to play it that night anyway. And also for, I guess, posterity, so I can go back and remember these shows that I've seen and enjoy them. And I mean, even this Turkey Jam show, they played so many wicked good songs that by the time when I got home and plugged my phone into my computer so I could start editing the videos down to individual songs, every next song that I was working on, I was like, oh, I forgot they played that one. That was wicked cool. Anyway, that's why I film these shows. It's not really just to throw them up on YouTube. It's for my own personal, education, guitar education. Anyway, so a couple of the biggest questions I've gotten through the comments on this video, or these videos from this show, is how do I get a ticket? Is it invite only or what is it? So it's not invite only. It's open to the public. Anybody can go. All you got to do is follow Nuno on his social media, and when he puts out the tickets, he'll put out a link to get the tickets, and you just get your tickets and come to the show. And this year they sold out so fast, so you got to be on top of it. I hope I can score a ticket for next year. I don't know if he's gonna do 2 shows again, or I don't know if ticket scalpers were involved in this one because he got so much more famous from doing the Black Sabbath Ozzy Osbourne final show, which, I mean, it's awesome if that's, well, not the scalpers, but, I missed out on the first post this year, and luckily he was nice enough to do a second one for us. But Nuno's like one of the best guys ever, so not surprised that he was trying to help out his fans. I don't think they're making money on these Turkey Jam shows. The tickets are pretty cheap. There's a lot of people on stage that have to fly in from all points of the globe. Some of them do live in Hudson still. All right, so another one of the biggest questions that I was getting asked in the comments, and luckily some other people were kind of trying to help to sort it out, is who is who on stage, who is part of the Bettencourt family, and who are these people? What's going on here? So I am not related to Nuno. I do not know Nuno personally or anybody in the band or in the family. But from my best research, this is what I got. All right, so I made a little stage plot here and everything. So there was some rotating members throughout the night, but there was some people that pretty much stayed in their spot. So if we start all the way at the left-hand side of the screen, all right, in the back, the keyboard player, I believe his name is Jeff. That's all I know. I don't know if he's related to Nuno or not. He might be a Bettencourt. He might not. I don't know. In front of him, also on the far left, was Robert Bettencourt, and he was singing a lot of those tunes, okay? Back to the back, the rhythm guitar player, his name is Pedro. I don't think he is a family member, but I could be wrong. He might just be Nuno's friend. I'm not sure exactly. In front of him, for most of the show, we had George Bettencourt, who is one of Nuno's brothers. I'm sorry, Robert was also one of Nuno's brothers, okay? So George Bettencourt, in between Robert and Nuno. Back on the bass guitar, you have Donovan Bettencourt, who is Nuno's nephew. He also plays in some of Nuno's other solo bands like Mourning Widows and Population 1. So Kevin Figueredo, I think I'm saying that right, is who I assume Nuno's favorite drummer. He's the drummer for Extreme, and he seems to be Nuno's drummer whenever possible that he can have him. And man, he was good this night, like wicked. So, and then of course you have Maria Bettencourt. All right, you know who Maria is. All the way on the far right of the stage is his brother Louis Bettencourt. Maria is Nuno's niece and Louis's daughter, and he is the shredder. He is the one that Nuno, basically, as far as I can tell, Nuno learned how to play guitar from Louis, and that's so cool to see them together. And I did get a chance to meet Louis a couple years ago, and he's a wicked nice guy. So then back to the rest of the singers. So we had Maria. She was wearing the white shirt. There was Wendy. Okay. There was Julia. Julia's the younger one. And then there was his sister Teresa sang on Mama I'm Coming Home, and her son Dan played drums on that tune. And then, so that young kid, I don't know exactly the relation, but Tristan Bettencourt was the young kid who was singing School's Out, and that was Paul Bettencourt that was introducing him and singing with him, another one of Nuno's brothers. Oh, and the sax player was named Nelson. Again, I'm not sure if he's part of the family or not. Anyway, that's pretty much the best I can do for figuring out who is who on the stage and who is in the family and who isn't. So pretty much they're all in the family except Kevin on drums. I think Pedro on guitar is not blood-related family member. I do not know about Jeff, the keyboard player, or Nelson, the sax player. But everybody else in the front row, on the front of the stage, were all brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews. And yeah, I mean, what a cool family. That, like, that many of them are that pro level. Even the little kid, I mean, did you see how he was on the mic? Like, he wasn't afraid of it. So anyway, I think that's who we had as the band. That was pretty cool. So like I said, I don't know Nuno or any of the family, but I did have a chance to meet Nuno a couple years ago after an Extreme show, and the whole band Extreme, and they are the nicest, most down-to-earth guys you could ever meet. It's like they're not even aware that they're rock stars. I got great pictures with all of them. I had, I brought this CD is my original copy of Porno Graffiti that I got when I was 12 or 13 years old. My guitar teacher, my first guitar teacher, Todd Roosevelt, told me, because I was telling him I love Aerosmith. I've always been a huge Aerosmith fan. He says, well, if you like Aerosmith, these guys are from Boston too. You should check them out. And yeah, I mean, that changed my life right there. And I told Nuno, my first guitar teacher told me to get your album. And he cut me off. He says, and it ruined your life, didn't it? He was like, yeah. No, I said, it changed my life. And he was super nice, man. And then after the autograph and all that stuff, he was on the phone trying to find a ride for these two dudes who I think they were going back to New York City or something from Hartford. and they couldn't afford an Uber or whatever the deal was. So he was calling up a buddy to try to get them a ride back home. Just two random fans. I don't think he knew them, but that's how good of a dude he is. Like, really, he just went way out of his way to try to make that happen for him. And that's so cool. While he was doing that, I was hanging out with Kevin. We were talking about how he was opening up for Taylor Swift and all. That was a lot of fun. Anyway, and then also a couple years ago at a turkey gym, I did meet Maria, and she's wicked nice. She's got some albums out. If you guys like her voice and everything, she's got a couple albums that you can buy. I think MariaBettencourt.com. Some T-shirts and stuff too. That whole family is just awesome. But yeah, this concert was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. You know, I mean, all of these old classic songs that, you know, even if you see what's left of the original bands on a lot of these, you know, like, they don't put on a show like the Bettencourts do. I mean, they play these songs. They don't just play the songs. They play them with passion and feeling. Like, they're doing this because they love to do it. You know, not because they have to. They're doing this because it's fun. Like, that's what they do for their Thanksgiving party. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hope I can end up with a ticket for next year's show. I'm gonna have to stay on top of it. Maybe he'll do 2 shows again. There was some joking on stage about taking the thing on tour, which I highly doubt will happen. But if it does, I bet they would do great. I bet they'd sell out all over the world. I do know that they do a similar type of show in Portugal once or twice a year, and Nuno does some other jam type shows, not with the whole family, but I think Donovan's usually there, the bass player in California. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you, Nuno and the whole family, for putting on this show. Such a great show. And especially thank Nuno for putting on a second show after the first one sold out, so guys like me could still make it. Wicked cool. And you know, thank you guys for not just for watching, but for commenting and talking to me on YouTube. I had a lot of fun that whole week with just being flooded by comments. I don't have a whole lot of subscribers or whatever here, you know, but well, I gained 500 of them because of this show, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here and subscribing, and hopefully I'll have more stuff that you're interested in. There will definitely be more concerts. I actually have another really cool concert that I've already been to and shot that I haven't really talked about yet, that I'm going to be posting real soon here, because I'm excited about it. Also, I mean, this channel started as a guitar nerd channel. It started off as doing, I build custom guitar amps on occasion, and I'm a guitar tech. And I'm also a guitar teacher, so there's a couple lessons floating around here and there. And so I'm going to try to do some more videos, kind of Nuno focused in the guitar nerd realm. I'm thinking about getting a Bill Lawrence style pickup. We'll talk about that in a whole different video, and try to get Nuno's tone, Nuno's current tone. His old tone, that's a different story. I got some cool ideas. Not sure what else to say. Just gonna clip this all together, and hopefully we'll have a video at the end of it. All right, thanks so much for watching. All right, take it easy, guys.